Good damn morning, Americans. Jericho Green here with you once again. Get on JerichoGreen.net. One question. What in the entire absolute and complete fuck did Kamala, the Ugandan nightmare, just say? The politician who went horizontal so her career could go vertical. What did she say? Oh my goodness. So of course, I will put a link in the description box so you can see this for yourselves, so you can put eyes on it yourself. Don't take my word for it. So, oh man. She went deep into her pandering pouch and pulled out some great material. So she was in Detroit, of course, and I think this happened a couple weeks ago. So she was in Detroit. So you know when you're in Detroit and you're in those urban settings, you gotta give them what they want. You gotta go with the tried and true. So she brings out the Bible. She doesn't bring out a physical Bible. That would have been too much. But she talks about the Bible, and this woman says that getting vaccinated is the epitome of love thy neighbor. She says the Bible tells us to love thy neighbor and to show that love for your neighbor. She explains what she means by neighbor. She doesn't mean just the person next door. She said who you borrow a cup of sugar from. Shit. Remember? Are you listening, rural community? Because you can't find your Kinkos. So she was probably like, well, what do regular people like? What do they do? What do neighbors do? What's a neighbor? Because their neighbor's probably a half a mile away behind their private wall and security. She says, somebody probably told her, I think they borrow sugar. So she says, somebody you borrow sugar from. So no, that's not the only neighbor. They don't have to live next door to you or down the street. It could be your fellow citizen. When you look in the face of your neighbor, you see the community. So getting vaccinated is loving thy neighbor. Kamala, wait a minute. When did you become Christian? When did you start thumbing through the Bible? Because I could have swore when you became senator, you were the first Indian American senator, and your mom was there in her full Indian garb, and I'm pretty sure she's a Hindu. So did she teach you Hinduism and the Bible? Which one is it, Kamala? So she said, the Bible tells us. Oh my goodness. So again, where is the push for a healthy lifestyle? It's just the vaccine. That's it. So if you don't get the vaccine, you don't love your neighbor. You don't care about your neighbor. The only way to show that you care about your fellow citizens is to get stabbed in the arm. See, this is what they're going to try to do next. Well, this is what they've been trying to do, but they're going to push a little bit harder to start separating us, divide and conquer, right? Vaccinated versus the unvaccinated. And I saw a video yesterday. If I can find that, I'll put it in the description box as well. The governor of Alabama. She's up there. People just don't have the dadgum common sense. I mean, you can give them all the information, but you can't make them take the shot. I've done everything I can. All the people who are in the hospital with COVID are unvaccinated. All the people dying from COVID are unvaccinated. And, you dummy, so what? I'd like to know what else those people are dealing with besides COVID that's putting them in the hospital. My mom got COVID. She didn't miss a beat. She's healthy. She's in her 60s. She don't look like it, but she's in her 60s. But she's healthy. When she had to quarantine at home, she was twiddling her thumbs, waiting to get back out there. So just because you get COVID does not mean you're going to be hospitalized. And just because you don't have the vaccine does not make you a bad person and does not mean that you don't love thy neighbor. This is what we call desperation. They've gone to the racism. Now they're going to religion. Heartstrings. That's all they got. Emotions. That's all they got. And they know that that works on the majority of black audiences that they speak in front of. I've mentioned this before, but there's a hilarious scene in this hilarious movie called Black Dynamite. And there's a scene where it's like at a community center. And you have this one lady up there who's really talking about real issues and real things that will help solve these issues. You know, rolling up your sleeves and doing the hard work. So she comes in with plans and things we can do, and she has some structure, something that's going to work, something she put a lot of time into. And then you have, I guess she's running it like for city council or something. Then you have the incumbent, and he comes up there in his suit, a practiced politician, and all he starts doing is throwing around slogans. And when she was up there telling them real things that will really work, silence. You could hear a rat piss on cotton, like my dad would say. Nothing, nobody cared. But when he gets up there saying, we're gonna go from the poorhouse to the White House, and they start cheering and clapping, and she's standing there on the side of the stage like, what? This is just a bunch of word salad bullshit. I got the real right here. Nobody wanted to hear that. Same thing. They're going in there saying what they think, and really, if we're being honest, what they know will work. Put some religion in there. They love religion. But if you don't get the COVID vaccination, you don't love your neighbor. You're evil. You're mean. Why wouldn't you do that? Don't you care? Don't you care about your fellow citizens? Well, yeah, but what the hell does that have to do with getting a vaccine? Again, there's a whole bunch of things that kill a whole bunch of people every single year. Nobody cares. Alcohol, high blood pressure, hypertension, cancer, all kinds of shit. They don't care. Well, I bet you they would if they could get power out of it, because that's what this COVID shit is all about. The 3 Ps, people. Pandemic power play. They're not done. They have a plan, and they're going to execute it, or they're going to execute us. One of the two. So according to Kamala, if you want to show that you care about your neighbors and that you're a good person, because if you don't get this vaccine, you are not a good person, you hate your neighbors, you are a piece of shit. So if you want to show that you're a good person and that you're virtuous, you will go down there and get poked. Because like I've said before, how do you know somebody got vaccinated? Wait a minute, they'll tell you. You seen the commercials? Like the little commercials on YouTube videos and shit? I got my vaccination. I got my vaccination. I couldn't believe that shit. She said, the Bible tells us that is the epitome of love thy neighbor is to get the vaccination. I've never read the entire Bible, but I've read some of it. I grew up in church. I've heard all kinds of sermons. My brother is very religious. He knows the Bible front, back, side to side. Never heard the word vaccine. Never saw the word vaccine in the Bible. If I'm wrong, let me know. I can be wrong. I do it very well. But I don't think there's anything in the Bible that says, if you love thy neighbor, get thy vaccine. Never heard it. Never saw it. Just wait till you see the video. Shit is ridiculous. But let me hop in this damn rat race. But you know how it goes. I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. Please subscribe. Hit that notification bell, because every time it rings, a piece of shit lefty cries. Get your Jericho Green notification tone. Link in the description box. Utilize the PayPal link. the Teespring link, and JerichoGreen.net. I am Jericho Green. Man,